Good afternoon, friends. I hope you guys are having a blissful moment. Very quickly, I want us to examine this topic, dialogic ellipses. Well, I think it's coming from this understanding of the word ellipses. You will remember ellipses represent those three consecutive dots that indicate the omission of words or a set of words. Now, when you talk about dialogic ellipses, it simply means the omission of words or a set of words in the context of a dialogue. Take, for example, I think this is going to make a lot of sense here. Where's she? Over there. There is a dialogue. All right. Now, I would like you to pay attention to the response over there. So this illustrates the use of ellipses. For example, one might be wondering, why is it not in full? Why don't we have the full version? She's over there. Now, she's over there is also correct, but then let's quickly make sense of people who feel the use of a dialogic ellipsis is wrong. And that's when a respondent decides to respond to a question, elliptically. That's actually correct. However, this is actually done with some effect. Whenever you respond to a question elliptically, it's because you're trying to achieve some effect. Now, very briefly, I like to examine three major effects we try to achieve with this. Now, for the first one, to create suspense. All right. So it happens that when we try to respond to a question elliptically, maybe we try to sound suspenseful. Take, for example, where's she? Over there. All right. This helps create suspense. For example, I mean, what should be doing there? All right. She's there with whom? You're trying to create a form of suspense. And secondly, to heighten emotion, we also do this to heighten emotion. Where's she? Over there. What? Again? Stuff like that. All right. So, like I've just mentioned, that you can actually respond to a question elliptically, and that makes a lot of sense. All right. Lastly, we also respond to a question elliptically when we're trying to advance a discussion very quickly. Take, for example, which do you think will be faster to respond this way or this other way, to say over there or she's over there? Definitely, if you find conversationalists responding elliptically, it simply means they're going to get over the conversation faster, all right? And this is an illustration of dialogic ellipses. Now, let's quickly talk about the highlights of this discussion. The highlight is very simple. There's something we call dialogic ellipses. And what is it all about? It's all about the omission of words in the context of a dialogue. And it's actually fine and it's correct. All right. Unlike what some people have taught, that why do we have to respond to a question elliptically? I mean, we've just been able to achieve that in this class, that it is actually correct to respond to a question elliptically. However, we do this to emphasize some effect. Again, do not forget these are the three effects. First, we're trying to create a suspense, or we're trying to heighten emotion, or we're trying to advance a discussion. Well, it's a very brief video, and I hope you would no longer feel guilty whenever you respond to a question elliptically. God bless you.